Flosstube, it's Kerry Stitches. It's September and it's time for some FFOing. I've been through my FFO box this last weekend and decided it's time that we got some of these things done and dusted. Part of my reason for doing this is I've joined the Whips Be Gone challenge, the 100 days challenge, which starts end of this week, and also which will hopefully create me some even more finishes to do. And one of the things I really do like to do is clear out the box before the end of the year. So everything in this pile, possibly with the exception of one or two, have been finished this year, some more recently than others. So I'm going to go through the projects, tell you my plan for them, and then we'll see what we can get FFO'd over the coming weeks. So welcome to my box of Isn't It a Shame That They Aren't Finished, Fully Finished. That's what we call it. We do call it the box of shame, but it's a shame that they're not finished and displayed. That's what they are. If you're one of these stitchers that actually just doesn't mind having things in a box, then that's good. That's fine too. So let's go for it. Same as doing two cameras and stuff, I'm just going to do it this way today. So this is Industry, Somehow Stitch Works, and I feel a little pillow possibly in the blue that's there. I'm thinking that would be good for that one. I've got two Lizzie Kate Flippets. I can see through the camera, I don't know why I'm having trouble putting things in the right place. I actually did a couple the other day, ready to put up. Because these just go on just a little wooden board with magnets. Actually I had to re-glue the magnets on because they'd come off. I stitched these and I put the buttons on this week, backed with just a bit of sticky felt. Nothing fancy, but they need washers gluing on. Buttons are sewn onto that one, ready to be done, and this one needs buttons which I've ordered. So this one, July, it's ready to go. I've got my mat board, foam core cut and everything. It's just a case of doing. Those are Lizzie Kate Flippet stamps on a 32 count. What's that? So either Star Sapphire, or actually I think one's on Star Sapphire and the other's on Water Lily. Love is Kind, hands-on design freebie. This is a failed FFO from last year, from earlier in the year, so probably time to try and get that finished. And I melted the button when I ironed it because I forgot there was a button on it. These are all from a cross stitcher magazine for a card, and I had, because the card shapes were hexagons, you can just sort of just see the outline there. I had this brilliant idea that I would make them into little pin cushions using English paper piecing. Well, that's how they are. So I actually just need to pick some fabrics of the millions that I have and just get on with it. And this is one of those things that actually, this is going to be, they'll look lovely when they're done, but it's a little bit time consuming, and yeah, I just don't take the time to do it, so I should. Might have to be my Strictly Come Dancing projects. I find it hard to cross stitch when I watch things like Strictly, so maybe these will be my project. And it's on a big piece of fabric. I could do with the fabric back. Well, I don't need it, but it would be good to have it back as an option. I stitched this actually last year, at Christmas last year. It's just from a cross stitcher magazine. I believe it's a Doreen Jones design. And I didn't have enough buttons for it. So I've got all the buttons now. So I needed the red ones and I had every other colour, but so I'll get the red buttons sewn on in the spaces, and then FFO similarly to how I finished a piece last year. Beehive, again another failed one from last year. So I'd actually cut, my plan was a pillow with these fabrics, and I may just lose the bottom bit and just stitch that on. Maybe I'll do one of those cut back ones and they're stuffed, and maybe use the gold bead to patch it. Another one that didn't quite get done despite having an idea for it, this is Frosted Pumpkin Design, the Beekeeper. Beehive is from Elizabeth Designs. So that was going to do something like that. Turned into a pillow. Yeah, didn't quite happen. So let's put that there. We've got Beehive. No, Bee Pendibule by Doreen Jones, straight from her website. Basically, because this has got you can see it running stitch around the edge. So all I have to do is fold it in half, whip stitch those together, and then it kind of manipulates up and does that kind of thing. Fortune cookie-ish, I guess would be a way of describing it. So I just need to do it. And again, that's just evening in front of the TV type thing. So we've got 3 pieces from Owl Forest Embroideries, larger pattern Pretty Pumpkins. It's a freebie on their website. And I just need to get on with stitching them up. Plan all along was 3 little pillows. I've only just finished these 2 recently, as you will have seen in my recent Flosstube. So my plan is, I think, the orange velvet. So I think that would be really, really good with them. And just 3 pillows. Really simple, nothing else, and just kind of let the velvet be the feature of the kind of, you know, obviously the stitching's the feature, but no trims or anything like that. This is Beehive Violets by Just Nan. I'm just going to find I want to find a little gold frame for this one. That's my plan for that. Or a little wooden one, and I've got gold spray paint. So yeah, just a really simple little frame. Same with these 2. These are the smalls from Weather Bees by Prairie Schooler, and I just want to get some simple square frames and put them on the wall, just to kind of fill in gaps on my stitching wall. We have Chessie and Me, Let My Example Shine, and I absolutely adore this piece. This piece was designed to be a needle roll, or needle roll, not a needle roll, a needle book type thing, but you rolled it up rather than it being folded. So but I absolutely adore this, and I really want it on the wall. So I just need to get a frame for it. I keep coming home, having a look in my local charity shops and coming home with frames, thinking, oh, that one will be perfect, like this one I got, which there's me. Which I really, really liked, and would have been a really good frame for it. But the frame was huge. The frame's really small, but compared to the design, it's really big. So way too big to. I think it's kind of that much on the kind of couple of finger widths on each side, but it was about that much top and bottom. So. That's a job for another day. Merry Christmas. Hello from Liz Matthews. It's one of her freebies on a random piece of Ada by Sparklies. I haven't decided this one. Possibly just a little white frame. If not, it will probably be a flat fold of some description, which I will do towards Christmas when I've got some ideas about things. Jingle Jolly Joy by Luminous Fibre Arts. It's where I start to get a bit what's it about things. And I've picked up this frame this week. It's a solid frame, but it's not in the best condition. I suspect it's gotten wet because you can sort of see water damage and things on it. I've given it a good wash myself this morning, and it's got a back. The back's drying in the kitchen. But I just think painted red, this would look amazing. So that is my plan for it. Hence my Instagram. Can you recommend paint? So we've got a Tannenbaum. As you can see, it's all drawn up ready. There's the other 2 blocks. So I've been busy using the wonderful April, May, June's plan, and you can't quite see it all, but I bought the paint, the artist panel or whatever it was called, and we've cut the balsa wood. I haven't glued it in yet, but that's coming. I've cut mat board. Doesn't matter that they're a bit loose in places, because by the time I've wrapped the fabric around and everything, hopefully they should be a bit more snug. And if they're not, I can always cut more mat board. I haven't quite decided on the colour. I was looking on a recommendation from Sharon, who is Shaz Bruce on Instagram, on this morning, with some Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and they do a colour called Hessian, which I really quite liked. It was just a nice light brown, and I think that would be great for this. So that is probably going to be my colour. Stuff everywhere. Christmas trees, Tiny Modernist. Oh, can't really get it all in the shot, but never mind. There we go, got most of it. Not a clue. It's actually quite a big piece. It measures, she says looking around for a ruler. Let's talk in inches because I understand inches. Yeah, it measures just over 9 inches by just about 12. So it's about number 12. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I really like it. It's a really lovely piece. So it's probably going to get framed. Maybe. Who knows. So I kind of see it in quite a square boxy frame, because I like some of the frames are quite simple, so maybe kind of replicating almost this one, not necessarily in green, although it's not a colour I've ruled out, because it's got quite a nice simple palette, the green, sort of green, white and red, and the dark brown. I'm tempted to kind of just do a square frame, kind of like a bit like the box for the words are really hard today, to use something like this kind of sort of frame, and then very simple framing, but have it so it's a wider box frame and sit just some greenery on top. No bows or anything like that, just a little swag of greenery. That's my plan, I think. I don't know. And finally, there's quite a bit of it in the shot. Excuse me, Elizabeth Shepherd. I'm fairly sure that the frame I put my big anchor sampler in would fit, and it's a really lovely sort of walnut brown, and I'm tempted just to go and buy another one of those and frame it myself, because it doesn't bother me framing myself, and do that. So, and then we've got some things to finish. So I never did finish my buzz string from Lizzie Kate. It literally spent the summer stuffed it in the trough like that, the spice racky thing I've got. So my plan, I do need just to sew up the end. They're all tucked in, and then just redistribute the fluff inside a bit more, or possibly stuff a bit more in, I don't know. I made strawberries in the matching fabric. They need topping off. I made a strawberry out of another little design. I think it's a heart in hand, could be wrong. That needs a top. And out of my Prairie Schooler little bee cushion. I love this, and that is literally all I have to do to it, is whip stitch the bottom of it, and I haven't done it because I'm a slacker. I've done, oh, that one was done ages ago, a couple more of these, and I also did July, August, September, and June must be knocking about somewhere because I've stitched June as well. But anyway, that's knocking about somewhere. So those, these, as you can just about see from this one, sorry, low battery light came up. Even though they're still really ratty around the edges, you can see where it's squished into its frame, sort of. You can see the groove there. So they don't actually need, I'm not worried about it, they're all secure. And you can't tell when they're in the little frame they go in. So that is everything I need to FFO. I didn't count how many pieces. I feel the need to. So ignoring those ones that need finishing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's 4 and that's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 24 there, plus the fact that I've also finished 3 blackbird stockings this week, and I'm hoping to get another 3 done by the end of the month. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, so we're going to get it done before Christmas, and we're going to get the decks cleared down, ready for an epic stitching year next year. So wish me luck, and I will probably just upload this as a video for my finishing box, and show you all the finishes as we go along, week by week. So until I see you next time, friends, take care and happy stitching.